It has been an absolute journey. I went from like speaking conventions
The
because
night
we were
the
like one of the
rumors
fastest growing
exploded
brands to
online,
having some.
one question started echoing across social media and reality TV fandoms everywhere. Did Kyle Cooke cheat on Amanda Batula? For years, fans watched their love story unfold on Summer House, from wild parties and emotional fights to a wedding that many believed proved their relationship had survived it all. But in January 2026, that story took a sudden and unexpected turn. The couple announced they were separating after 4 years of marriage. No explosive accusations, no messy public feud, just a quiet, mutual statement. But in the world of reality television, silence rarely stays silent for long. Because within days, whispers started turning into headlines, photos began circulating online, and suddenly the internet was asking the same uncomfortable question. Was there another woman? And now, Kyle Cooke is finally responding. But the real story behind this breakup might be far more complicated than a single rumor. And by the end of this video, you might see their relationship in a completely different light. Because sometimes the truth about a breakup isn't about betrayal. Sometimes it's about two people slowly becoming strangers. So what really happened between Kyle Cooke and Amanda Batula? To understand the storm surrounding their separation, we have to rewind. Long before marriage, long before headlines, there was a summer house in the Hamptons. When Summer House first premiered, it offered something different from traditional reality TV. Instead of carefully scripted drama, viewers saw young professionals escaping New York City every weekend to party, unwind, and live like there were no consequences waiting on Monday morning. At the center of that chaotic energy was Kyle Cooke, charismatic, outgoing, sometimes reckless. Kyle quickly became known as the life of the party, someone who could turn any quiet evening into a full-blown celebration. But behind the drinks, music, and late-night antics, there was another storyline unfolding: his relationship with Amanda Batula. Amanda was different, more grounded, more thoughtful, someone who seemed both amused and exhausted by Kyle's life-large personality. At first, their relationship felt like a classic reality TV romance, fun, flirty, a little messy. But viewers soon realized something deeper was happening, because their love story wasn't perfect. In fact, it was complicated from the beginning. Years ago, Kyle openly admitted to cheating early in their relationship. It became one of the most talked about moments on the show. For many couples, that kind of betrayal would have ended things immediately. But Amanda chose to stay. And for a while, it seemed like they had moved past it. In 2021, after years of ups and downs, they got married. Fans celebrated. Some believed it proved relationships, even messy ones, could survive reality TV chaos. But others wondered, did those old wounds ever truly heal? That question would come back years later in a way no one expected. Because by the time Summer House reached its 10th season, subtle cracks were beginning to show again. Kyle was diving deeper into new ventures. His beverage company, Loverboy, was growing. At the same time, he started experimenting with DJing, bringing his party energy into a new career path. Amanda, meanwhile, seemed increasingly concerned about his lifestyle. Late nights, constant travel, endless parties. It raised an uncomfortable question many couples eventually face. What happens when two people start growing in different directions? Then, on January 19, 2026, the announcement arrived. Kyle and Amanda were separating. Their statement was calm, respectful, almost unusually mature for a reality TV breakup. They described the decision as mutual and amicable. But almost immediately, fans began looking for hidden meaning between the lines. Because in celebrity culture, breakups rarely stay private. And when there's even the smallest hint of scandal, the internet starts digging. Soon, photos began circulating online, images of Kyle appearing close to fans during nightlife events. Nothing definitively romantic, but just enough ambiguity to fuel speculation. And speculation quickly turned into rumors. Rumors that Kyle had been unfaithful again. Rumors that the separation wasn't as peaceful as it seemed. Rumors that Amanda had finally reached her breaking point. But were any of them true? For weeks, Kyle stayed mostly silent. Then came his appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and suddenly the silence broke. Kyle didn't dodge the question. He addressed the rumors directly. He said the noise online had been overwhelming, that he felt bad Amanda had to deal with the speculation. And then he made a clear statement. He said he was not physically or emotionally unfaithful. According to Kyle, the photos circulating online were simply moments with friends, misinterpreted by strangers who didn't know the full story. But here's where things get interesting, because even when someone denies a rumor, the public doesn't always move on. Why? Because once doubt enters a narrative, it's hard to erase, especially when the relationship already had a history of infidelity years earlier. For some viewers, Kyle's explanation felt honest. For others, the past made it harder to believe. And that's one of the strange psychological realities of reality TV. Fans don't just watch relationships, they feel like they're part of them. They remember every fight, every apology, every promise. So, when a breakup happens, viewers aren't just observing the drama, they're emotionally invested. And that emotional investment shapes how people interpret every new detail.